All right, let's just jump right in. We're about to break down a habit that's so powerful, it can completely transform your life in just a few years. And no, it's not some crazy, complicated system. It all boils down to just 2 hours a day. Sounds a little too simple, right? Well, stick with me and let's see how it works.
We've all said it. Heck, I've said it. This is the go-to excuse, isn't it? It's the ultimate killer of dreams, the reason we put things off till tomorrow. I just don't have the time.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Is it really about not having enough hours in the day? Or is it about something else? We're going to poke at that idea a little bit, because what's hiding behind that excuse is where the real magic is. Okay, so here's the first big myth we need to bust. We think that to make a real change, we have to throw our entire lives into it, like 20 hours a day. But the truth is, you don't need all that. You just need two focused hours. That's it. And this is where it gets real. It's funny, isn't it? We can somehow find hours to scroll through endless feeds, binge watch a whole season of a show, or get caught up in drama. But when it comes to investing 2 hours in ourselves, suddenly we're too busy. See, it's not a time problem. It's a priority problem.
And you gotta understand, this is a long game. That 2 hours you put in today might feel like nothing. You won't see a massive change tomorrow or even next week. But it's like planting a seed. Over 5 years, that tiny daily effort compounds into something so huge, so powerful, that your future self will thank you for it.
So how do you keep showing up for those 2 hours, especially on days you just don't feel like it? This brings us to the next big piece of the puzzle. We all love motivation. That jolt of energy is great. But motivation is flaky. It comes and goes. The real engine of change, the thing that actually gets results, is discipline.
Just look at the difference here. Motivation is all about feelings. It's a hype man. Discipline, that's a decision. It's a commitment. Motivation is fantastic for getting you started, for that first day at the gym. But discipline is what gets you to go back a year later when it's raining and you're tired. One starts the race, the other finishes it.
And that just says it all, doesn't it? It's about keeping a promise to yourself. It's about your actions aligning with your goals, not with your mood. It's you showing up for you no matter what. I love this analogy. Think about a marathon. At the starting line, everyone's buzzing with motivation. They take off fast, but around mile 20, the motivation is long gone. All that's left is the steady, rhythmic, disciplined effort of putting one foot in front of the other. That's who crosses the finish line.
And this is what it looks like in real life. These are the small battles where discipline is won. Choosing to get up instead of hitting snooze. Choosing to read a book instead of zoning out. Every single one of these choices is like a vote for the person you want to become.
Okay, so discipline is our engine. But what's the fuel? It's the small, tiny things you do consistently. We get so obsessed with finding one massive, heroic action to change our lives. But that's not how it works. Real, lasting change is quiet. It's built in the little habits we do every single day.
Think about this for a sec. A single drop of water. By itself, it's nothing, right? It's weak, totally insignificant. You wouldn't even notice it.
But what happens when that same weak little drop of water falls on the same spot on a hard rock over and over, day after day, for years? It will literally carve a hole right through it. That's the power of consistency. And your habits, they work the exact same way.
And if you need to see it to believe it, look at this chart. That's the compounding effect in action. Notice how at the beginning, after a year, the growth is, well, it's kind of small. It's barely noticeable. And that's where most people give up. But if you just keep going, look what happens. The growth goes exponential. It explodes. So at the end of the day, it's not about these insane bursts of effort. It's about consistency. You wouldn't brush your teeth for 3 hours just once a month and expect good results, right? No! You do it for a few minutes every single day. Success works the same way.
All right, you've carved out your 2 hours. You're building your discipline. But how do you make sure that time is actually productive? You have to activate your superpower. Deep, uninterrupted focus. In a world designed to distract you, this is everything.
Picture this. You take a magnifying glass out on a sunny day and you try to start a fire by just waving it all over the place. What happens? Nothing. The sunlight is scattered, the energy is diffused, it has no power. Well, that's your brain when you're multitasking.
But now, imagine you hold that same magnifying glass perfectly still.
You focus all that sunlight onto one tiny little spot. And what happens? You create fire. That's your brain on deep focus. All your mental energy is aimed at one single point, and the results are incredibly powerful.
So what do we mean by focus time? It's dead simple. It's a block of time you set aside where you do one thing. That's it. Phone is off, notifications are off, no distractions. Just you and the task at hand. This is how you get real work done.
And the magic number for that block of time? Well, it brings us right back to where we started. It's just 2 hours.
And this isn't an exaggeration. The quality of work you can produce in 2 hours of pure, deep focus is so high, it can easily surpass what most people get done in a full 10-hour day of being busy and distracted. It's about being productive, not just active.
So let's tie all this together. This whole idea, the 2 hours, the discipline, the focus, it's not a punishment. It's not a chore. It's a gift. It's a promise you're making to the most important person there is, your future self.
And that's the choice we all have, every single day. You can pay the price of discipline now, which feels hard in the moment, or you can pay the much, much heavier price of regret later. And trust me, regret is a debt that just keeps growing.
So it really all comes down to this one simple question. The person you're going to be in 5 years, they're watching you right now. They're hoping you make the right choice. So what are you going to do with your 2 hours today? What will you show them?